Dalmore House and its estate, nestled in the parish of Stair, East Ayrshire, Scotland, has a rich history dating back centuries. Originally part of the barony of Gadgirth, the estate has seen multiple ownership transitions, each leaving a distinct mark on its heritage. The property was recorded as being held by the Sherrar family in 1615, with the Earl of Stair acquiring it in the late 17th century. However, its most significant developments began in the 19th century. The estate passed through the hands of notable figures like William Heron in the early 19th century. By 1863, William Dunn, a quarry manager by profession, took over the estate, bringing it under his family's control. The Dunn family played a pivotal role in the estate's later history. After William's death in 1868, his widow managed Dalmore until their daughter, Jessie Helen Viola Dunn, inherited it in 1876. That same year, Jessie married John Cunningham Montgomery, marking the start of the Montgomery family's tenure over the estate. Montgomery, a keen businessman, would continue the estate's involvement in the local industry, particularly in the hewn stone trade. Hewn stones, crucial for sharpening tools and polishing surfaces, were extracted from nearby quarries, including the famous Water of Ayr stones. Under his leadership, the estate flourished, and by the 1880s, Dalmore House underwent significant architectural changes. Dalmore House, completed around 1881, was a masterpiece designed by architects John and Robert Ingram. The house featured a curious blend of Gothic, Tudor, and French styles, an eclectic mix reflecting the architectural ambitions of the era. Notable architect David Bryce, known for his work on the Bank of Scotland, had also made modifications to the house earlier in the 1860s, solidifying its grandeur. Despite its architectural beauty, Dalmore House suffered from structural issues, particularly with its chimneys. These flaws would later contribute to the estate's gradual decline. By the early 1960s, the house had become uninhabitable due to extensive dry rot. John Montgomery, the then owner, moved out with his younger wife after the house was condemned. A devastating fire in 1969 left Dalmore House in ruins, marking the end of an era for the once thriving estate. Beyond its residential importance, Dalmore Estate was also deeply intertwined with Scotland's industrial past. The estate's connection to the hewn stone industry was profound, with Dalmore Mill and Milton Mill operating as key sites for producing hewn stones. The stones were crucial for various trades, including the sharpening of razors and engraving plates. The Water of Ayr and Tam O'Shanter hewn stones became famous worldwide, with the Montgomerys supplying these stones directly to customers from the late 19th century. The estate also featured a mineral railway that transported stone from the quarry to the mills. This network remained operational until the mid-20th century. Even though the hewn stone work ceased around 2003, remnants of the mills and their industrial past can still be traced around the estate. Dalmore Estate was not just an industrial hub, but also a cultural landmark in Ayrshire. The Montgomery family was involved in various social activities, including motorcar tours around the county, as reflected in personal letters from John Cunningham Montgomery in the early 20th century. The estate gardens, the family's Errol Johnston motorcar, and their participation in local rallies became part of Dalmore's legacy. By the late 20th century, the estate had largely fallen into disrepair, with the house and its gardens abandoned. However, Dalmore's legacy lives on in the memories and records preserved by the Royal Commission on the Ancient and Historical Monuments of Scotland, which holds significant documentation and photographs of the estate's history. In summary, from its early days as part of the barony of Gadgirth to its role in the hewn stone industry and its final years as a grand but decaying house, Dalmore Estate remains a symbol of Scotland's dynamic history. Today, while much of the estate lies in ruins, its story is preserved in local archives and the memories of those who lived and worked there. The Montgomery family, who played such a pivotal role in the estate's later years, continue to be a part of Dalmore's enduring legacy. Thank you for listening. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history. Before you go, a simple way to support the efforts of this channel is to like, subscribe, comment, and share.